Hey guys, I'm back with part two. So we took this out of the box, and as you can see, packed very well. I mean, I just don't think they do this with toys anymore. The way they put this cardboard and whatnot. Well, they still do, but I just love the way Kenner did it. So here's the actual playset. I know, very small, and this was $45, but worth it. So. I believe this is a door that goes on and, connects to the other playsets. That's one thing I forgot to say in the other video. You can connect these together. And there's different combinations, as you could see on the back here. I try not to move the box, which was really cool, as you can see. Now, going back to the playset, this was supposed to be the scene in the film where, I don't want to spoil it, but it is pretty much spoiled since it comes with the figure. But this was the final duel where Darth Vader and Luke fight in Empire Strikes Back, and where Darth Vader reveals his true identity to Luke. So that's all I'll give for any younger fans who haven't seen it. But yeah, and so you had this little spinning thing, and and this little door that you attach on, I believe. So here's what came. Here's the contents. Here are the die-cast figures. Now, I did some research. There's another thing that was a big complaint about this line, where the figures chipped easily. Now, here I have is a mint bag of figures. Never, gotten hands with, hasn't been opened probably since the 80s. But I was looking at this, and you know what? There are a little bit of blemishes on it. So, as I was saying is, I mean, there's probably a big difference of telling, what's played with and, what's not. But as with anything with toys, there's always going to be a little blemishes. So, for anyone who tells you that, oh, don't invest in this line because, the die-cast figures chip really easily. I gotta tell you, for this to chip, you'd really have to hit it hard. And in here, I could tell some things, and I know you can't really see it on my new iPhone 5C here. But, there's a couple little spots, but you could easily tell it's factory. And other than that, it looks like a beautiful figurines to come with it. So here are the little bag of figurines, which is really cool. And they packed that very well, too. Here are the other pieces that you connect. Here's the collections catalog. These are awesome. These are just so cool. So ahead of its time, what Kenner did here. Let's flip through here, yeah. Just really cool. And there's a little fan club you could join back then. Here are the instructions, the classic Kenner instructions, which I just love because this was pretty much, I believe, hand-drawn back then. And, yeah. And then here are the decals. So, overall, this piece is a cool piece. I just feel like when it came out, a lot of the consumers and fans, and especially children, are expecting a lot more. And the micro collection, you could say, is kind of the precursor to the Micro Machines, which was around in the 90s. And then again, the company that manufactured them are no longer around, which are Galoob, and they were a great company. I mean, I had Micro Machines before I got into Star Wars, and they were just so much fun to have. And I remember when I got into Star Wars in the mid 90s as a child, I used to get gifts from my aunt and uncle of Micro Machine Star Wars, and I'd lose them, and it sucked. I had to incorporate figures from different places. They weren't die-cast, but they were like plastic. But going back to the die-cast, I think that's really cool about this, too. You don't see die-cast figurines for toys anymore that much either. So that's a really cool thing that even makes it more vintage and more, classic and nostalgic behind it. But great piece. And, for any of you out there, who love the vintage Star Wars or who grew up with this, when you were a child and want to get onto the bandwagon, I would pick this up. Just a really cool piece. Doesn't take up too much space. That was another reason why I sold my Cloud City, was I couldn't do anything with it, and also I knew it'd take up space. This thing, my hand could pretty much grab this whole thing, let alone I could probably fit this in a little lunch koozie, or whatever you could put like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in one of those lunch carry totes. Like, that's how small this is. And just a really awesome piece. And I'm glad that this is starting to get noticed, because when that happens, these things go up in value. And just packed very well, and very collectible oriented here. I've, a lot of people have liked this over the years, since it's become popular. Like, it was something that was definitely missed out, and something that's better than some of the playsets that are actually for the 3.25 inch figures. Because you could just do so much more at this scale. And also, this is first generation Star Wars toys. Anyways, that's it. And, stay tuned for my next video. And, we'll talk more here. Thank you. Bye.